My name is Deshae McLeod, and I'm the President and CEO of Community Hospice, and it is my pleasure to greet all of you today to our 2020 Veterans Pavilion celebration. At this time, I would like to invite all of our guests to please stand as we invite the VFW 10293 Series Post to present our colors. Then that will be followed by the national anthem and our invocation by our very own Ms. Chaplain Shelley Hill.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that
My name is Chaplain Shelley, and pray with me, please, as we begin. God, our divine creator, today we ask your protection for our armed forces wherever they serve. They are the protectors and guardians of our nation. We thank you for your guiding hand upon these United States and pray for unity, for we are one nation under God. We remember each man and woman and honor them for their service. Amen.
Thank you so much. You may be seated. Again, I would like to welcome everyone to our 2020 Veterans Pavilion celebration. This year we have a wonderful short program for you. I would like to thank all of our board members, our guests, those that have joined us here today on site, as well as those that are joining us on Facebook Live today as well. I'd like to thank our staff and everyone that's had a part in planning this event and everyone that has volunteered to assist to hold this event today, especially during this year. Our Master of Ceremonies this morning is Mr. Rick Myers, and Rick is a veteran of the United States Air Force. Rick's father was in World War II and was part of the 95th Bomb Group of the first B-17s over Berlin. He received a presidential citation from President Harry Truman for his efforts and that event. Mr. Rick has spent 47 years on the radio and on the air. For 20 of those, Rick has been known as Radio Rick. He's honored to be, excuse me, he is honored to be the Master of Ceremonies for the Modesto Junior College Miss Pageant and the Miss Stanislaus County Pageants as well. He currently serves as the president of the Modesto Radio Museum, and jokingly, he likes to say that he is the best master of ceremonies in Modesto. We are so pleased and very honored to have Mr. Rick Myers as our Master of Ceremonies. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I would like to thank the Community Hospice Foundation for inviting me to this awesome tribute this morning. I begin a story with my second favorite veteran. Next to my dad, my second favorite was my father-in-law, Harold. In World War II, in France, he was with the 393rd Engineers. Harold was injured in a non-combat accident and was hospitalized when his unit was assigned to the 110th Infantry. This was Christmas time, 1944. Their assignment patrolled the Ardennes forest and build bridges. Instead, they were surprised by thousands of Germans. The Ardennes forest was where Hitler staged the first thrust of what became the Battle of the Bulge. Harold's comrades, his band of brothers, were surrounded. It took General Patton's Third Army 3 days to come to the rescue. Of the 110th Infantry's 3,200 men, only 450 survived. 9 out of 10 lost their lives. Harold became a veteran and got to live 73 more years, grateful to be alive, yet haunted by the why them and why not me. It was a burden. He always said he wanted to be laid to rest with them at a national cemetery. I mentioned Harold because most veterans, even in times of peace, have some kind of story. We are here to thank them for their service. And why do we come? Romans 13 tells us to show honor where honor is due and respect where respect is due. It goes on to say, this is your continual debt. This is why when you go to a funeral, you say, I've come to pay my respects. It's why we are here today, and it's why we come every year. It is our continual debt. Veterans Day is observed on November 11th, regardless of the day of the week. And why November 11th? Most of you know. It's the day that signifies the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, when World War I ended. The holiday was originally called Armistice Day, which when both sides laid down their arms, and was observed for the first time the very next year, November 11, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. In 1954, President Dwight David Eisenhower officially changed the name of the holiday from Armistice Day to Veterans Day, a day to honor American veterans of all wars for their patriotism and willingness to serve and sacrifice. And often to a veteran, you say, "Thank you for your service." Army veteran Charles M. Province wrote these words for Veterans Day 2004. A portion of his poem is here at the Pavilion marker at the Community Hospice campus. As I read this poem, please consider each sentence. It is the soldier, not the minister, who has given us freedom of religion. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who has given us freedom to protest. It is the soldier, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the soldier, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag, and who allows protesters to burn the flag. Again, those are the words of Charles Province. Please join me right now in a moment of silence as we honor all veterans and thank them for their service to our community. Thank you. On this day every year, Community Hospice retires a flag and presents it to a worthy individual. That's why many of you are here right now. This past year's flag will be presented right now to Mr. Paul Campbell. And you may present the flag as I continue to talk about what this flag has been doing this past year. The flag is being presented. It is the 5th flag being flown at this Community Hospice campus. It has been flown proudly every day for 364 days. It was lowered ceremoniously and with great respect for 4 designated holidays and the following 8 additional times of mourning. On October the 4th, this flag was flown at half-staff to honor our nation's fallen firefighters. Starting September 19th, this flag was flown at half-staff for 10 days, honoring Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. On Friday, September 11th, this flag was flown at half-staff in honor of Patriot Day. On Saturday, July 18th, this flag was flown at half-staff in honor of Representative and Civil Rights activist John Lewis. On Monday, May 25th, Memorial Day, this flag was flown at half-staff from sunrise until 12 noon only, which follows presidential proclamation protocol. And then it was raised briskly in honor of our nation's battle heroes. From May 22nd until sunset on May 24th, this flag was flown at half-staff honoring the victims of the novel coronavirus pandemic. On May 25th, this flag was flown at half-staff in honor of Peace Officers Memorial Day. And On December 7th, this flag was flown at half-staff in honor of National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. And on this day, we raise a new flag. But first, we want to officially thank you, Mr. Campbell. Okay. Thank you very much. This new flag will be flown in honor of Richard and Justin Wood, who served our country in the Navy and the Air Force. This flag, after being flown in honor for the next year, will be presented to Richard Wood and family on this very day 1 year from now. Richard Wood is a Vietnam veteran and served on a Navy frigate, that's a warship, for 4 years, and then 2 years in the Army Reserves. His son, Justin, was recruited out of boot camp to join the 71st Rescue Squadron in 1995. On his second deployment, just shy of his 21st birthday, Justin lost his life in the Khobar Towers terrorist bombing in Tehran, Saudi Arabia. That was June 25th, 1996. Justin had flown 34 combat support missions, and his contributions led to the squadron being credited with saving 10 lives. Justin was referred to as Junior because he was the youngest member of the squadron and embodied their rescue motto, which was, "These things we do that others may live." Richard and his wife are passionate community supporters, not only of community hospice programs, but also supporting our local police department and our local schools. Recently, the Modesto Police Canine Unit lost a dog. The Woods donated to the unit, giving them support to purchase another canine. That dog was named Joker in remembrance of Justin, who was known for lifting people's spirits. The Woods, in memory of their son, have sponsored 5 children so those children could attend Camp Aaron of the Central Valley, a 3-day bereavement camp for youngsters. It is my pleasure right now to invite Richard to come up and share his reflections.
Well, I promise I'll keep this short, under 2 hours. I know it's hard sometimes. You think about all the things you miss, but our son was pretty awesome. There's a young lady out here today who knows me quite well. We've been together for quite a few years, and she works at Community Hospice, Stacy. And because of Stacy, I got to learn about Camp Aaron. And my wife and I have really enjoyed being able to help with that. And we're kind of sad that it can't be done this year, but we're going to be here for you anyhow. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone for showing up, and thank God for all the veterans out there and the things they do. Travis, thank you for your service. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. With us today, representing Congressman Josh Harder, is Helen Condit. She will present the Wood family with a Congressional Recognition Certificate. Thank you. We have asked Mr. Wayne Hill to perform taps. Taps, we all know it. It's a very somber 24-note medley and has been used by the United States military at funerals and memorial services since 1862. If you are in active duty or a veteran, Even in civilian clothes, you are encouraged to salute during the playing. Civilians are to place their hands over their hearts. And now, with this morning's benediction, we bring back Chaplain Shelley Hill.
Pray with me, please. God, as we leave today, continue to bring to our mind our patriots who serve their nation. We thank them and their families for their personal sacrifices for us. As they serve, God be their present strength and guide. Amen.
This concludes our ceremony for this morning. I would like to encourage all of you to have more courage than you've ever had. When you're at a grocery store and you see a veteran wearing one of those baseball caps, have the courage just to walk up to them and say, thank you for your service. And also, thank you to Community Hospice for putting on not just a nice program right now, but day in and day out, year after year, they support what the veterans stand for. And I say, God bless the Community Hospice people, and God bless America. Thank you so much.